Good morning, student. I am speaking Dr. Nandan Kushum Das, Associate Professor, Department of Ophthalmology. I hope all of you are fine. There is a pandemic situation. Whatever your exam maybe will be held on November. If will exam held, there is a maybe there is a special systems in the meantime develop and you'll be ready about your exam. I don't know, or we don't know. We teach to you, but if the students follow our lecture or not, I will not understand. There is a no feedback system. So I hope everybody studious, everybody sincere in your study. Today, very important topics I am going to discuss. OSPI, very important your exam. There is a OSPI, there is a in surgery, in gynae and medicine, and in surgery paper one, paper two. Under paper two, there is a two subclass ENT and ophthalmology. Under ophthalmology, there is a 5 station, and for each station, marks about 4, and time will be 3 minutes. So time is very minimum, and station is 5. It is not tough to you. And preparation OSP actually there is a practical related. And when we discuss in our lecture class, some maximum OSP will cover up. But there is a special class, it is for you because there is a pattern of OSP you should know. Now we are going to OSP. Some examiners sometimes ask to students, what do you mean OSP? But unfortunately, some students cannot give answer properly. So you should know what is OSP meaning. Objective structures practical examination. Objective structures practical examination. This is the method of practical examination and assessment of tool. Subjects and materials are used instead of patients. You know, in some practical oriented patient is must, but here instead of patient there is just some subjects or materials are here. So what is OSP? Objective structure spectacle examination. In our eye department, in exam station is only 5. Now syllabus of OSP in ophthalmology. Syllabus, there is some photograph, some photograph, and in photograph you understand identification, then there is some question. In each station there is a 4 question. Instrument related question, the lens, convex lens, concave lens, there is some drops like atropine drop, local anesthetic agent, uh, and we'll discuss in next slide. Examination procedure, specimen, some scenario question, some X-ray, some CT scan, counseling, and history. This is the syllabus. From this syllabus, we'll decide there is a 5 question to you, and there is a syllabus. Although there is a more syllabus, but question is minimized. Photograph, usually photograph collected from conjunctiva, cornea, and anterior chamber. Now, this is the chapters of this conjunctiva, cornea, anterior chamber. The important topics, important pictures of this pterygium, corneal pharyngoty, corneal ulcer, hypopia, and hypema. Every time you should know. And this is the sometimes examiner give a question, give a station, pterygium. It's just like a picture, and your question identification. Identification. This is the pterygium. What is your next question? Maybe what is your treatment plan? What is your cause? And what are the difference between pseudoterism and terism? I think everybody know what is pterygium, what are the parts of pterygium, and what is pseudoterygium and difference between pterygium. Maybe it is discussed in your lecture class. So if there is a slide, there is a station of pterygium, question like pterygium related. So you clearly understand this is the picture of pterygium. Very important identification. If any students miss the diagnosis, your answer, all answer is wrong. So very important is diagnosis. This is the pterygium. Question maybe diagnosis, maybe differential diagnosis. Differential diagnosis may be pingecula, pingecula, and difference between pterygium, pseudoterygium, and percussion during surgery. You know what are the percussion? You know surgery of pterygium is just excision of the pterygium, but percussion. Why will you to give percussion? Because every excision of pterygium get chance to recurrence. So prevent recurrence, we should give during operation mitomycin C, or if technique is changed during pterygium surgery like conjunctival grafting or amniotic membrane grafting. These three technique, one is conjunctival grafting, another is amniotic membrane grafting, and during operation you will give mitomycin C. There is a these three things helps to prevent the recurrence of pterygium. So this is the precaution during surgery to prevent recurrence. There is some question, maybe this question maybe not all time common to you. If any examiner or another examiner choice, there is a different types of question regarding pterygium. So first diagnosis is very important, then pterygium related question. So you read properly pterygium. I am sure in the meantime you covers your syllabus like pterygium. And this is a corneal foreign beauty. There is a picture, there is a photograph here. There is a corneal foreign. These are iron particles. Patients of who working on the welding, usually they are suffer from this like of problem. This is a corneal foreign. This is a cornea. This is a foreign body. This is the cornea. So what is your diagnosis? This is the corneal foreign body or foreign body on cornea. If there is a any what is the problem of that case? Problem, if there, you know cornea is a very innervated organ of the eye. If there is a foreign body, patients complain pain and there is a watering. And what is your treatment? You should remove the corneal foreign. This is the superficial corneal foreign body. So there is a question may arise. What is the diagnosis? This is a corneal foreign body, and how will you remove this corneal foreign body? So another question set helps to what are the question may develop or may arise this corneal foreign body. Diagnosis, name the instrument, help to diagnose. Instrument, you know, if there is a superficial corneal foreign body, first instrument, universal eye speculum. Why will you use universal eye speculum? Because universal eye speculum helps to expose the eyeball. There is an important instrument. So name the instrument help to diagnosis. One is universal eye speculum. Universal eye speculum. Number two, foreign body spud or hypodermic needle. Foreign body spud or hypodermic needle. So if there is a question, name of the instrument have to sorry. This is a diagnosis. So diagnosis is slit lamp. Diagnosis slit lamp and cross light. Name the instrument helps to diagnosis slit lamp and cross light. What are if another question if what are the instrument helps to remove the corneal foreign body? I missed the question. What are the instrument? There is a universal eye speculum and foreign body spot or hypodermic needle. Complication. Complication. There may be develop corneal ulcer. There may be develop uveitis. What are the complications of superficial corneal fluid? There is a corneal opacity, there is a corneal neovascularization, there is a corneal ulcer, and there may be uveitis. So, if any patients develop corneal ulcer, patient ultimately may develop blindness. So, very important complication. What are the complications? So, what are the question of this? Question diagnosis. Diagnosis answer is superficial corneal fluidity. Name the instruments helps to diagnosis. Slit lamp, biomicroscope, slit lamp biomicroscope, and torchlight. Complications: corneal ulcer, corneal opacity, and uveitis. And procedure to remove, I think everybody know procedure to remove. It is we discussed in fourth year. So what are the procedure? You know, any foreign body fall on the cornea. First we diagnosis. Then after consent of patient, we give some anesthetic agent, surface anesthetic agent, local anesthetic agent for anesthesia of the cornea. Then we place the universal eye speculum, and localize the corneal foreign body, and first try to remove the superficial corneal body by jet of fluid. But if not removed by jet of fluid, then we go for another instrument named as hypodermic needle or foreign body spurt. By this instrument, we remove the corneal fluid body. Then we give antibiotic ointment and pet bandage for 24. This is the procedure to remove. So diagnosis, instrument have to diagnose the complication, and procedure. And this is the pictures. There is a pictures or photograph. First question, identification. Here, this is the blood, this is the people. So blood in where? Blood in anterior chamber. Some examiner uh, give question in station of hyphae. What are the others abnormal structure may present in anterior chamber? You know, usually aqueous humor present in the anterior chamber, but abnormal structure like blood, like pus, tumor cell, and even sometimes may present in one. So there is another question: what are the abnormal structure present in the anterior chamber? Here is blood, so term is condition hyphema. So and question may be identification, may be definition of hyphema. And causes. Another question is causes. Causes, you know, trauma during intraocular surgery. I discuss my lecture class. Causes, causes. I repeat again. What are the causes of hyphema? Trauma, any trauma like from outside and during intraocular surgery, and sometimes some causes herpetic uveitis may cause to develop hyphema if there is a any bleeding disorder of patient. If there is a blood dyschezia, there is a chance to develop hyphema. Complications, you know, if there is a blood in anterior chamber, and if there is a obscure the vision. So there is a vision disturbs. But important complications is corneal endothelial staining, and second in secondary rise of intraocular pressure, and third is rebleeding. So very important. Again, please try to listen what I say. What are the complications of hyphema? Corneal endothelial staining. Second, secondary rise of intraocular pressure, resulting in ultimately level of glaucoma. And third, rebleeding. And treatment usually bed rest by eye pad bandage. Usually, if one eye affected, our plan we close or eye bandage given two eye. Why? For rest and give some uh, anti-glaucoma drug and anti-inflammatory, that is steroid drug, and observation of the patient and follow up the patient. If blood is persist, then there is a surgical treatment need to remove the blood. This term is paracentesis. So medical treatment is first is eye pad bandage in both eye. That is rest for eye. Then mydretics, drop is mydretics, anti-glaucoma, and steroid. First eye pad bandage for rest the eye, then anti-glaucoma drugs to control the intraocular pressure, and mydretics either atropine or metropine and then steroid. And after 2 days, 3 days, follow up the patient. If there is a persist the hypema, no change the level of hypema, then we go for surgery. This term or special surgery is paracentesis. Paracentesis. Now, hypovium. Another important pictures sometimes examiner choice to give your exam. Hypopion here there is a pass in anterior chamber. This is a people. Usually, what are the causes of hypopion? You know, corneal ulcer is one of the important cause of hypopion. Another important cause is uveitis. Corneal ulcer resulting hypopion and uveitis resulting from hypopion. So if examiner asks, if in auscultation there is a photograph, diagnosis is hypopion, just hypopion, and, there is a some and this question not all time. Examiner maybe change, so you know about corneal ulcer, about your about on about uveitis. If question of hypopyon, there is a related question from corneal ulcer and hypopyon. So diagnosis cause maybe corneal ulcer, maybe uveitis. And hypopyon, you know, hypopyon in bacterial ulcer, hypopyon in fungal ulcer. You should know difference of hypopyon in fungal and bacterial ulcer. It is discussed in our in your class. And surgical treatment of corneal ulcer. Surgical treatment, you know, it is also discussed in your lecture class. That is, first should be very important. Adhesive glue and amniotic membrane grafting, conjunctival grafting, and last treatment is keratoplasty. Just you know. So question maybe comes from chapters of corneal ulcer and chapters of uveitis. If question is hypothetical. This is the another pictures. Corneal ulcers with hypopyon, corneal ulcer with hypopyon. There is another picture may in another stations of hospital. Question may be related to corneal ulcer. There is a another pictures. Another pictures. This is the slit lamp tube. This is the conjunctival congestion, corneal edema, and pupil is dilated. Conjunctival congestion, corneal edema. Usually cornea is most transparent, but here there is edema, and this is the light reflex. This is the pupil. So this is a photograph. There is this question may. What are the findings? What are the findings of this photograph? Findings. This is the conjunctival congestion, corneal edema or hazy, and pupil is vertically mid dilated. Then second question may, what is your probable diagnosis? Diagnosis, you know, if there is a vertically mid dilated, diagnosis is acute congestive glaucoma. Then you should know about glaucoma. The questions, so many questions may arise from glaucoma. So while I there is a so another picture help to understand. This is the corneal edema. This is the dilated pupil, a redness. That is the conjunctival congestion. That is the findings of pictures. No, there is a positive findings of this case. Positive findings already I told. There is a pupil dilated, particularly mid dilated, cornea is edematous or hazy, and conjunctival congestion. What is the diagnosis? Acute congestive glaucoma. Treatment option of this treatment option you should write medical treatment, surgical. You know medical treatment, uh, anti-glaucoma, steroid, anti-emetic, etc. And surgical treatment, trabeculectomy or laser PFA. If peripheral anterior synechia less than what 80 degree, then our plan is laser PI. And if peripheral anterior synechia more than 190 degree, our treatment plan is trabeculectomy. So when treatment option, we should write medical, then surgical. Okay. Now treatment of fellow eye. Usually acute congestive glaucoma develop in one eye, always one eye, not in two eye simultaneous, same in same time. So, our advice to patients about fellow eye, that is, if right eye affected, why will you advise on left eye? Left eye, if pupil is dilated, there is chance to develop neurological glaucoma. So our target treatment of fellow eye, we will give fellow eye treatment by pilocarpine drop to constrict the pupil, so no chance to develop. Dilated pupils, so no chance to develop acute congestive glaucoma. One is pilocarpine, it will be continue, and another treatment option is laser PI. If a laser PI is done in fellow eye, there is usually no chance to develop neurological glaucoma. So, what is the treatment option of fellow eye? Treatment option is, again I repeat your answer. Repeat this answer: pilocarpine drop 2% and laser PA. This is the answers helps for you ciliary congestion. This is the diagnosis of acute congestive glaucoma. Treatment is surgical, but medical is acetazolamide antiglaucoma. There is antiglaucoma. And synechia, according to synechia, if more than 180 degrees, then trabeculectomy is less than 180 degrees, PI, peripheral iridectomy. And fellow eye, pilocarpine 2% and prophylactic laser PI. Another photograph. These pictures, what is it? What is the pictures? In left eye, there is a drooping of the upper eyelid. In left eye, there is a drooping of the upper eyelid. What is the diagnosis? There is a ptosis in left eye. There is a ptosis in left eye. There is a drooping of the left eye. Diagnosis is ptosis. Diagnosis is ptosis. And definition: ptosis, drooping of upper eyelid below its normal anatomical position, and mention four acquired causes of it. Already discussed in our lecture class. And write down two complications. Complication: if there is a ptosis, patient is children. So ptosis, if patient is this patient is children. So if ptosis, what happen in future develop amblyopia. In future develop amblyopia. Why? Vision is obscure. So develop amblyopia and abnormal head posture. What are the complications of ptosis of this patient? One is amblyopia. Number two is abnormal head posture. Abnormal head posture. We try to remember what I said to you. This complication, amblyopia, and then abnormal head posture. These pictures of chalazion in upper eyelid, chalazion in upper eyelid, and question may be related to chalazion or eyelid. So diagnosis: chalazion, fate of this, there may be spontaneous resolution, there may be infected chalazion known as the internal hordeolum, there may be calcification, there may be malignancy, and important findings. Important findings, in one inspection, there is a swelling away from the lid margin. These are painless and non-tender. Treatment: if small, hot compression, and interlesional steroid named as triamcinolone acetonide. Triamcinolone acetonide, if large, our plan is chalazion surgery. The name of chalazion surgery is incision and curettage. Another pictures, maybe in your some station. Here, what are doing here? There is a chalazion clamp, there is a incision mark, vertical incision mark. Chalazion clamp, first lid is everted. Lid is everted and chalazion clamp and vertical incision. Which instrument is used this operation? Which instrument? Chalazion clamp. In which condition this instrument is used? Chalazion. In which condition? This is a chalazion. Why vertical incision is given? Why vertically incision is given? Because meibomian gland arranged horizontally. If I cut horizontally, maximum uh, meibomian is cut. So you know our precorneal tear film formed by three layers: superficial layer, middle layer, and inner layer. Superficial layer is usually responsible for meibomian gland. So if I cut horizontally, what happens? Multiple ducts of the meibomian glands are cut, so hamper the formation of precorneal tear film. Patient develop dry eye. So why will you give vertical? Save the meibomian gland. If I cut horizontally, patient develop dry eye. Complication of this complication during operation, there may be hemorrhage, there may be skin injury, there may be hemorrhage, there may be skin injury by this instrument, and hematoma of the skin. Sty, this is the pass point. This is the redness. So this is a painful. There is a pass. This is a acute condition. So just you compare the pelagion. This is away from the lead margin, and usually there is no redness. And sty, there is a pass point on the lead margin. Redness, painful, looking as like very painful. And the questions of this regarding related to sty and trichiasis. What is trichiasis? Misdirection of the eyelash, usually followed by blepharitis or chemical burn injury or Stevens syndrome. So, if a question, what is the diagnosis? This is the trichiasis, cause, cause, and complication. Complication, what happened? This eyelash touches on cornea, resulting corneal ulcer. So you should understand picture. Then, if you identification your picture, then regarding question you may easily understand. And these are pictures of entropion, inward. Sorry, this is the entropion, outward bulging of the lid margin, and this is the entropion, inward inward rotation of the lid margin. Iris touches on the cornea. There may be developed point body sensation, watering, and patients, if unluckily, develop corneal ulcer due to rubbing of the eyelash follicle on the cornea. Now, again, the pictures helps to understand what is trichiasis. There is a misdirection of eyelash. There is a inward rotation of the eyelid, entropion, outward rotation of the eyelid, ectropion, and what is the picture? Leg of thalmus. Patient tried to close the eye but unable to open. Unable to close. Unable to close. This is the leg of thalmus. Unable to close the eye. Unable to close the eye. This is a picture of acute decrosis. This is a painful condition. Painful condition. There may be question: what is the diagnosis? What is your treatment plan? What is your what if this patient come to you? What advice to patient and complication, etc., etc. So question is related to dacrosis status. Another some photograph. This is the intraocular lens, usually implanted in eye patients or during cataract surgery. This is the haptic portion. Haptic. This is the optic. This is the haptic. This is the optic. Optic for support and optic for vision. This is the pictures of faculitic glaucoma. Faculitic glaucoma. You know, When faculatic glaucoma develop, patients of mature cataract, if not treated, then develop faculatic glaucoma. Here, glaucoma cornea is edematous, lens is mature, and pupil is dilated. So painful condition, lead to urgent surgery. Otherwise, patients continuous feel discomfort, pain, and sometimes patient develop go to toxic condition. Diagnosis: faculatic glaucoma. It is a complications of mature or mature cataract. Differential diagnosis: acute congestive glaucoma. Differential diagnosis is acute. Try to remember what are the differential diagnosis of faculatic glaucoma, acute congestive glaucoma. Treatment is first control the intraocular pressures and we go for cataract surgery. These are pictures of immature cataract. Pictures of immature cataract. Sometimes in stations, what is your diagnosis? What are the findings? Why you say this is the immature? What is the treatment plan? And this is the mature cataract. This is the immature cataract. This is the mature cataract. Diagnosis, findings. Findings, visual acuity, visual acuity. Findings actually in favor of mature cataract. Favor visual acuity reduced to hand movement or perception of light, iris shadow absent, and color of lens is pearly white and underglow absent. Findings that means mature cataracts are findings. And complication if not treated, there may lens-induced glaucoma, faculatic glaucoma, lens-induced uveitis, subluxation, dislocation. Treatment, treatment. This is the cataract surgery. Procedure of SICS. Some examiner choice about this station. Question is, what are doing here? This is the SICS operation done here. Which knife is used here? Crescent knife. And steps, you already know about step. And complication of during this operation. Complication may be there is corneal endothelial injury, there may be expulsive hemorrhage, there may be posterior capsular rupture. Two or three you should mention. And steps, these steps you already know. Steps of SICS, this anesthesia. First you give anesthesia, either local or GA. Incision, sclerocornea, creating sclerocorneal tunnel, creating a paracentesis, and first anesthesia, then incision, then make a tunnel, paracentesis for entry of anterior chamber of instrument, and viscoelastic substance given. Why you give viscoelastic substance? For from the anterior chamber, capsulorhexis, nucleus is delivered, and residual cortex is aspirated, and implantation of posterior chamber. This is the last slide of today, and we'll continue our OSP class in my next class. This is the last slide. There is a video helps to understand. This is the SICS operation. Here first conjunctiva. This is the conjunctival peritoneum. Conjunctiva is removed here, and there is a sclera is easily exposed. Sclera is easily exposed, and from 2 millimeter distance we start the incision. Incision then followed by tunnel. This is the scleral incision. First we given scleral incision, then make a tunnel. Here instrument used is crescent knife. Another instrument, this is a keratome, and enter into anterior chamber. This is a viscous substance. Again keratome, enter into anterior chamber properly, and by the instrument done capsulorhexis, just remove the anterior center portion of the capsule. Special term is continuous curvilinear capsulorhexis. This is the hydrodissolution. Hydrodissolution usually no need to be yours, and lens is collapsed into anterior chamber. Collapse in anterior chamber. This is the instrument of Victis and deliver the nucleus. This is the 2A irrigation aspiration cannula to remove or wash out the cortical matter. Cortical matter. Again give viscoelastic substance, and this is the intraocular lens implanted in capsular bag. Implanted in capsular bag. This is the SICL operation. This is the collected and cleaning the viscoelastic substance properly by 2A irrigation aspiration cannula. Thank you to everybody.